morning, teacher. We're going to talk about the learning.com. I present the first author is Krisha Murthy, with the topic is Integrated Approach to English Language Teaching in the EL2 Classroom and Conceptual Framework. Electronic advanced serves are effective tools for providing equality language input for students. Murthy proposed to develop listening, reading, speaking, and writing skills in a significant context. He mentioned in a language classroom context. He mentions to in the language classroom teacher will authentic environment for subject and learning exercise that must apply for students. For these articles, a conceptual framework, I agree with the doctor Science dimensions that a conceptual framework proposed to give a true linguistics environment to students to develop listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills, which should not be educate and separate subjects so we can engage the students, context, and practice through the environment technological tools in impart quality listening inputs to students. For the second author, it's Elizabeth Garcia, with the topic is a proposed unified conceptual framework for quality of education in school. Elizabeth Garcia proposed educational system designed to develop effective evaluation and monitor system to assess and encourage research and conceptual development for quality education in school, which currently limits this include the integrated school effective model, proposed model for assess quality of education, mathematical performance factors, and final conceptualizing quality education from the recognitions paradigm. For these articles, in my opinion, I consider that the application of the unified conceptual framework of the quality of the education in school is a conceptual framework that helps the various educators, actors understand their roles, has it a limited responsibilities so that each one is aware of the roles they must in the relations of the quality of education in school. Thank you.
Okay, according to Shukran Abdul Ham, the teacher believes practice are based on the interconnection of these knowledge bases. Provide a specific accessible and practical lesson planning mechanics, facilitating the teacher design for the opportunities to advance the students' conceptual understanding. The implication and recommendation for teaching and research at secondary and university levels are discussed. Next, please. Miriam Mead proposed a conceptual framework for the integration of language teaching and content in foreign language classrooms. In this model, language and content teacher work collaboratively to determine language instruction objectives. These objectives derive from two considerations. The first, essential language for understanding content and material, and context-compatible language. The conceptual framework is illustrating your institutional settings, the classroom regular ESL, foreign language immersion classroom, and foreign language classroom in elementary school. And the third, Ming Yang this article and to review the literature that analyze the relevance of Bloom's taxonomy in teaching, create and critical thinking among the students to promote the creativity and critical thinking. The Bloom's taxonomy English curriculum should be based on holistic learning, containing the three sets of skills: relational thinking, thinking with purpose and effective relationship with context. And Bloom's taxonomy leads to the development of informed path designing effective pedagogical approach that uh, creativity thinking among the students. Thank you.
The third article, the topic complete the guide to lesson planning and preparation, Blue Cherry Publishing, the PAC. The author is Agnes Anthony. Agnes Anthony mentioned in this article that provide expert advice on operational topic in teaching, the planning and preparations. In my opinion, I think that packed with anecdotes, truthful questions, and exercise. This enjoyable read covers anything a teacher needs to plan and prepare effectively and use assignment to inspire more professional and fruitful lessons. And the second article, the topic resources lesson plan. I do, we do, you do. The author is Shaune Goodman. According to Shaune Goodman, say that during the learning, students have learning difficulties if they are taught with explicit instructions. In my opinion, in this article, say the problem is that it's hard to find a place that actually explains how explicit statements can be used in the resources environment. Thank you.
So we have the another article, and this is about effects of the original versus a revised Bloom's taxonomy of a lesson plan. The author of this article is Nilan Bowman. That his point of view is that Bloom's taxonomy is good to develop on the classroom, because he says that Bloom's taxonomy is for pre-service teachers in order to compare and influence of the two systems of the lesson skills that results confirm other students studies that have indicated a number of advantage of Bloom's taxonomy. To me, Bloom's taxonomy is very important and is very useful into the class, because it has a lot of steps, 6 steps to follow. But in the same way, Bloom's taxonomy is a good framework to do in class in all the students to acquire more knowledge. So we have the second article, that is a relationship between ISTE standards. And the author of this is Rob Willman, that he says that ISTE is a technology interaction matrix. So they describe ISTE for students and also the teachers that should be able to do. For example, he says students articulate and set personal learning goals, build knowledge by actively exploring real-world issues, or choose the learning activities, or foster a culture where students take ownership of their learning or learning. So in my case, in my opinion, also is a pretty an excellent framework to do in class. In At the same way, ISTE is for all the students to have the knowledge to develop the technological devices or so on. So, and the last one is about an other article. The author of this is Meng Yang and Ellen G. Jereski. So this article describes a concept framework, and the point of view of this article is that a significant departure from the traditional approach. It is a conceptual framework. It's a professional development that the speakers primary to teachers acquisition of knowledge skills. So that's all. Thank you.